Hello guys, back again, and this time we're talking about the PS4 because there's news about the new upcoming PS4 firmware update, which is finally going to allow you to turn something off that has been a bane to people who record video game footage on PlayStation 3 for a long time. And as on the PlayStation 4, you'll be able to turn off the high bandwidth digital content protection, or as known as HDCP. HDCP became a bane of a lot of people back on the PS3 because you could not record video game footage in high definition. You had to do a go around to record it. If you were to hook up your Hapage to the PlayStation 3, it would not allow you to record it because the reason why HDCP was the main reason was given for that being there. One of the reasons was they didn't want people to go in and basically rip Netflix movies who are in high quality HD from their system and basically rip the movies. And then again, Sony is an entertainment company, and maybe it was them just trying to protect themselves. Maybe it had something to do with the contracts with the entertainment companies or developers or other people, but they put it on the system. And I laugh when every time companies do something like this because, and as in right now, this stuff like this seems so antiquated because as soon as you release something with this, it almost immediately gets broken or a way around is found. There was a way found around it, but the problem was if you were a YouTuber recording game footage, you could not record in high definition. So it looked, so it was not in high definition. So it didn't look nearly as good as, for example, a 360 game footage of the same game because you could record that in high definition because that was not on the 360. Granted, the argument could be made the 360 was based around, was built for gaming online and other entertainment where the PS3 was not. And last generation was a generation where, quite frankly, they were building a video game console. Nobody thought that all the other stuff was going to add it on. And a lot of stuff was just jury rigged in to get it to work. Whereas the new systems are designed to do, any kind of entertainment, anything that they can think of to put on it. Because let's be honest here, right now there's a war going on between every piece of technology to be the main form of entertainment in your living room, whether it be cell phones, tablets, laptops, anything. They all want to be the main thing used in your living room. And so today they're designed to try to be everything. And it wasn't back then. So with this, the PS4 will be able to shut it off, which means you'll be allowed to record your footage in HD. You'll be allowed to, basically to save your videos and your screenshots to USB drives, which you could not do before. And this will be in the 1.7 update. And also in this update, they're supposedly going to be adding a rich video editor. Now, what exactly that means, we don't know. I still would believe it'd probably be some kind of stripped down video editor. I don't believe they're going to give you just here's a firmware update and here's this great video editor. But hey, maybe they want to get the footage out there, and the best way to get footage out there is to make it easy for people to do it. Especially there's a lot of people who maybe have never really done it before, and they got everything there to put it up on YouTube. Because whether people want to recognize it or not, YouTube did do a lot for the 360 generation, last generation. It sold a lot of systems, especially with games like Call of Duty, who just YouTube, Call of Duty games were made to look incredibly great on YouTube. They just worked perfectly with YouTube videos, and it exploded. And since, a lot of people were doing it on 360, a lot of people bought 360s because of that, whether some people want to admit it or not. But the reason they stated for doing this was basically that they recognize gamers want to record and share longer clips of gameplay sessions, and they're excited to deliver this option. And basically, there's a lot more coming updates, which I'm sure they're unlike last generation where Microsoft was the king, like they released all the stuff that no one thought of. This generation, every game company is just going to be, console company is just going to be throwing whatever thing they can think of that's not on their console that you could do. And it'll be interesting how that turns out. And basically, they're also going to be, now they didn't state it was in this update or future updates, but they did say that they're also going to be upping the resolution on Twitch and Ustream, where you will be able to stream at up to 720p, which you can't do yet. And they also plan on bringing, Sony plans to bring Twitch archiving to the PS4 in future updates, but to not provide a timeline when that could happen. And so there you go. The only thing they said is the 1.7 updates coming in upcoming weeks. again, a lot of cool things adding to the PS4, getting rid of what I call the last generation woes that had plagued gamers, especially people on YouTube, who had the ability to, had stuff to record in HD and they just couldn't do it because they wanted to show people how good the games really looked. I mean, if you were somebody who just made YouTube videos of your favorite PS3 game, this is your favorite game, you want to see everybody to see how awesome that game is you love, but because of their protocols and in the system, you couldn't record to show how great that game was. It had to be frustrating. And so now they've apparently turned the curb, and they're being more friendly to YouTubers. They're being more friendly to streaming. And I think all game consoles are going to have to do this. They're going to have to allow people to stream and stuff because it's free publicity for them, right? I mean, that's all it is. I mean, if they learned anything from the last generation, if you can get a lot of people to make videos about your game and they can talk about how awesome it is, more people are going to see it and more people are going to likely pay attention to that game. How often have you heard of a game on YouTube, like for example the new Strider? I had seen the original trailer, completely forgot that game was coming out. And then I saw a YouTube video uploaded, someone talking about it, showing it how great it was. I bought that game because of that video, because it looked cool and it looked like a game I wanted to play. And they got to recognize the power of, like YouTube and like formats that do put video gameplay out for people to see. I know a lot of people are going to make the argument that Nintendo needs to do the same thing, and I'm sure at some point the pressure will be that they will do it. They're going to have to sometime, whether it be this system or their next one, to allow streaming, to allow, to record and put up on YouTube, because that's free advertising for their product and for their games. And some games, we could talk about Minecraft, you could talk about some very little games that blew up big just because they were on YouTube and everybody saw it and they're like, wow, that game looks something I want to play. So, what do you guys think about Sony lifting the restrictions with HDCP going away, with the 720p coming to Ustream and Twitch, to basically being able to save photos and videos to a USB drive, and including a rich video editor to the PS4? And would you use any of this stuff, like the video editor, or like Twitch or Ustream, on your PS4? Or does this make you want to get a PS4 more? Maybe you had reservations because it's not that you didn't like Sony or the PlayStation, it was because the HDCP wouldn't allow you to do what you wanted. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, guys.